Hello everyone, and welcome to Everything Anime, a place where we take a look at anime and animation to determine whether or not it's worth your time and money. Here, we grade animation on a 4-point scale: music, art style, popularity, and story. I'm your host, Dizzazzter, so sit back, grab a snack, as I bring to you Everything Anime. So in continuation from our last video, Dragon Ball Z, the Saiyan Saga, we now move into the Namek Saga. But before we do that, let me introduce you to the characters that you'll see in this particular saga. Goku, Vegeta, Zarbon, Dodoria, Gohan, Krillin, Bulma, Raccoon, Guldo, Frieza, Jace, Birder, Captain Ginyu, Kui, Dende, Nail, Grand Elder Guru, Piccolo, Master Roshi, Yamcha, Tien, King Kai. So in this saga, the Dragon Ball Z crew, or what's left of the Dragon Ball Z crew after the Saiyan Massacre, Bulma, Krillin, and Gohan, they use Kami's old ship to start the long journey to Namek. Goku is in the hospital healing up, trying to get better. Vegeta, who was severely injured during the battle with the Z Fighters, makes his way to planet Frieza to heal himself. I assume he wants to come back and get his revenge on the Z Fighters for beating him up so badly. Frieza, who is like the overall leader of this evil force that is going through the universe, just destroying and taking over planets and adding, more and more alien races to its ranks. This is the guy who is the absolute overall head boss of everyone. His name is Frieza, and he is ruthless. He's power hungry. He's a tyrant. He has aspirations to rule the entire universe. So, that lets you know right there what kind of evil, horrible person he is. He's basically Space Hitler. He's also the commander-in-chief of this group of powerful fighters called the Ginyu Force. Now, Vegeta hates working for Frieza, but he's forced to work for him because he's so powerful that if he didn't work for him, I'm sure Frieza would probably just kill him. But Vegeta was told that Frieza overheard his conversation with Nappa about the Dragon Balls on Namek, and that is exactly where he went to go get the Dragon Balls. He wants to make a wish. I'm pretty sure that his wish is to be immortal so that he can just rule the galaxy, just like Vegeta. It's pretty much the same. So by the time Vegeta gets to Namek, Frieza already has 4 Dragon Balls. He obtained them so quickly because all he had to do was go into a place wherever Namek's were, wherever village it was, and kill somebody, and they were like, oh, here's the Dragon Ball. Now Kui, the guy who told Vegeta that Frieza had went to Namek to go get the Dragon Balls, he follows Vegeta to Namek and tries to kill him, but Vegeta got quite the power up after he healed from the battle on Earth when Gohan fell on him and crushed him, and he almost didn't make it. So he kills Kui, and he tries to figure out a strategy to get the Dragon Balls from Frieza. So Goku on Earth is finally healed, and he begins his journey to Namek to help his friends. Gohan and Krillin watch as Zarbon and Dodoria slaughter another village for the next Dragon Ball. Gohan saves a young Namekian named Dende and gets chased by Dodoria. Vegeta runs into Dodoria and kills him after he tells Vegeta that Frieza destroyed his home planet and killed all the Saiyans. So Vegeta finds a village not yet destroyed by Frieza, so he takes their Dragon Ball and hides it so Frieza can't summon the dragon. Meanwhile, Piccolo, Yamcha, Tien, and Chaozu in Otherworld make it to King Kai's, where they plan on getting the same training that Goku got. While on planet Namek, Vegeta is beaten to a pulp by Zarbon. But Frieza doesn't want him killed because he needs to know where that last Dragon Ball is that Vegeta hid. So they put Vegeta in the medical med bay so he can be healed because he's at this point beaten so badly he can't even talk. And they leave to go find the other Dragon Ball, or try to. And Vegeta's healed very quickly because he's a Saiyan. So every time Saiyans get healed from near fatal injuries, they always come back at least twice as strong. So as soon as Vegeta is healed, he explodes out of this healing pod and flies to exactly where Frieza has the Dragon Balls in the ship. He blows a hole in the roof and throws the Dragon Balls through this hole that he made so that Frieza won't know where the Dragon Balls are. So at this point, Dende is taking Krillin to go meet Guru. This is the elder of all of the Namekians. Upon meeting Krillin, Guru bestows Krillin with the final Dragon Ball. And sensing that Krillin is a good person, he unlocks Krillin's potential, making him more powerful. So Krillin is quickly going back to where Bulma and Gohan are, but he gets seen by Vegeta. So Vegeta sees that he has a Dragon Ball, and he's like, oh man, these guys are out here getting the Dragon Balls too. So he goes and follows Krillin, but Vegeta gets seen by Zarbon. So Zarbon starts following Vegeta, who's following Krillin. So Krillin finally gets back, and at this time, they're all there. Krillin, Bulma, Gohan, Zarbon, and Vegeta. So this time, Zarbon thinks, hey, I'm about to just beat you up like I did last time. And Vegeta's like, no, I was mortally wounded and now I'm healed, and here's a secret you didn't know about the Saiyans. Every time we get hurt, we come back double strong. And he kills Zarbon super easy, over excessive amount of power after he'd just been beaten up by this guy. So that just goes to show how hard it is to beat Saiyans, because if you actually do beat them, don't kill them, they'll come back twice as strong and then you won't be able to beat them. So at this point, Vegeta, being so happy that he just beat the pants off of Zarbon and blew him up, he just takes Krillin's Dragon Ball and is on his way. He's like, I got all 7 Dragon Balls. I don't need to worry about, anything else. I'm about to wish for mortality and I'll live forever. I don't care, whatever. But what had happened was, right before everyone showed up, Bulma on her dragon radar saw that one of the balls were by themselves and sent Gohan to go pick it up. And in the process of Gohan flying back to Bulma, he crosses paths with Vegeta. Vegeta never figures out that Gohan has one of the Dragon Balls at this point. So he flies off, Gohan flies off, and when Gohan gets back to Bulma and Krillin, they're like, oh man, we gotta get out of here, because I just crossed paths with Vegeta and I saw him with a Dragon Ball. He didn't know that I had a Dragon Ball and I got away with it. They go, you know what? We need to go away from this spot that we're in, because Vegeta was just here. He knows where we are. And if he realizes that we have a Dragon Ball, he's gonna come right back and take it. So Frieza is super angry at this point. He is so frustrated because 2 of his generals have been killed. So he calls in his elite force of fighters, the Ginyu Force. These guys do super colorful dance moves and silly stuff to, I don't know if it's to throw you off guard, if it's a way that they power up. It's kind of weird, but they do like these silly poses to show the beauty of the battle that they're about to bring to your face. So Gohan is taking the Guru to have his potential unlocked. So the Ginyu Force shows up, just as Krillin and Gohan and Bulma and Vegeta are standing there with all the Dragon Balls, and they just take them. I mean, there's really nothing they can do. They just take the Dragon Balls, and Captain Ginyu, the leader of the Ginyu Force, flies away with the Dragon Balls. Now, Vegeta, knowing he can't beat the Ginyu Force all by himself, he really doesn't have any other options but to team up with Krillin and Gohan, because those are the only people there at the time that's on his side, that know who he is and have a vested interest in living, because the Ginyu Force they're not there for fun and games. They're there for the Dragon Balls and to obliterate anyone that stands in the way. So Goldo and Vegeta start fighting. It's not really even a match. Goldo has special powers where he can kind of freeze time. It's just kind of weak, and it doesn't last long. There's not really much he can do. He has to hold his breath, and your breath holding ability only lasts so long. So Vegeta kills him, and then tries to move on to Raccoon. Vegeta is pummeled by Raccoon. Raccoon beats him within an inch of his life. He's just beating on him like he's a ragdoll. It's so horrible of a beating. It's nothing Vegeta can do. And Vegeta thought he was so strong after being beaten up by Zarbon and coming back. And then Raccoon turns to Gohan and Krillin and almost beats them half to death. But the Z Fighters have a stroke of luck. Goku has finally made it to Namek, and he's raring to go. So during the time that he was traveling to Namek, Goku was in the spaceship and he was training. And in the spaceship, he had like a gravity modulator that could control the amount of gravity that he was training under. And while he was flying through like a space storm, the gravity went all crazy. And it was like, it really, like, it almost killed him. Like, it hurt him, but he had to figure out a way to get to the modulator to turn it down so he could move. But after doing that, he started training in that heavy of a gravity, and it super boosted his powers. It supercharged him. Now that he's here on Namek, he gets to where Vegeta, Krillin, and Gohan is. He saves them from Raccoon and gives them all a sensu beam so that they can at least get up and walk around and live. Because, I mean, they were literally on the verge of death. They were on death's doorstep. They had such a hard time with Raccoon. Goku flies right in and takes care of him like it is absolutely nothing. So next up is Burter. This guy thinks he's the fastest in the universe and wants to challenge Goku until he's outclassed by Goku and gets upset and wants to do like a dual tag team attack against him with Jace. Goku beats Burter. At that moment, Vegeta takes his opportunity and he's like, hey, I'm gonna just kill this guy. Kills Burter, kills Raccoon, because they're defenseless. Vegeta still isn't a good guy yet. He's not killed or went against the Z Fighters because it benefits him that they are helping him achieve his goal, which is get the Dragon Balls and try to wish for immortality. So Jace runs. Jace knows that he can't, there's nothing really, he's not as powerful as all these guys that are here right now. So he runs back to Frieza and Captain Ginyu and says, hey, you know, these guys just killed like 3 of our dudes. We need some help. Okay, here's where it gets a little bit confusing. So Captain Ginyu and Jace fly off to fight the Z Fighters. Captain Ginyu fights with Goku and realizes that Goku is really powerful. And because Captain Ginyu realizes that Goku is so powerful, he wants him. He wants that power. He uses a technique to change bodies with Goku. So Goku's in his body and he is in Goku's body. During this, Krillin and Gohan with Dende are summoning the dragon. Now, right before Captain Ginyu switched bodies with Goku, he hurt himself real bad. So when they switched bodies, Goku was hurt real bad because of the damage that Captain Ginyu had done to himself before he switched bodies. So Captain Ginyu flies off to where the Z Fighters are summoning the dragon. He tries to fool them and act like he is Goku. They realize that Ginyu is not Goku. He looks like Goku, but it's just not him. So Vegeta starts fighting with Ginyu in Goku's body and really beats him up bad. Goku makes his way back over to where they're fighting, and Ginyu tries to use his body change technique on Vegeta. And Goku jumps in the way, putting Ginyu back into his hurt body and Goku back into his hurt body after fighting Vegeta as Ginyu. A little confusing. And at this point, Ginyu's like, look, I gotta change another body because I damaged myself before. I may die. I need to get somebody else's body. And so he tries to body change with Vegeta again, and Goku grabs a frog and throws it in between Vegeta and Ginyu's body got changed into the frog. So now there's a frog inside of Ginyu's body, and Ginyu is inside the frog's body. At this point, Goku is down. He needs to be healed because he just got annihilated by Vegeta as Ginyu. So they put Goku in the healing pods. All while they were fighting, Frieza was at Guru's trying to obtain the password for the Dragon Balls, where he encounters Nail, who is a fighter Namekian. Now, Nail's only job is to hold Frieza off so Dende can deliver the password to Krillin and Gohan. So the Z Fighters summon the dragon. They wish Piccolo back to life, which in turn brings Kami back to life on Earth, which in turn brings the Dragon Balls on Earth back. They use the second wish. Yes, this is 2 wishes. Porunga, the dragon from Namek, is more powerful than the Earth Dragon. So it can actually grant 3 wishes. That is a powerful dragon. That's the kind of dragon you need to have. And just as they're going to make their 3rd wish, insanely enough, they were going to wish for Vegeta to have immortality. Vegeta, the guy who's been killing everyone this whole time. But just as they're about to make that wish, Guru dies because his heart is connected to all the Namekians. So many people have been going around killing the Namekians. He feels the sorrow from all of those deaths and dies, which immediately turns the Dragon Balls into stone rocks, and they can't do anything. The dragon disappears. Vegeta does not get his wish. So Piccolo, now arriving on Namek, comes across Nail. Nail kind of informs him of what's going on, and suggests that he should merge with Piccolo to give Piccolo more of a fighting chance against Frieza. Piccolo really doesn't want to do it, but he's like, you know what, I'll try it out. Let's see what happens. He has got so much more power from merging with Nail that he can stand a chance to fight Frieza and defeat him. So Frieza shows up to where the Z Fighters had summoned the dragon, and he is just all pissed off. He wipes the floor with all the Z Fighters. He is a giant and they are ants. It is nothing, anything, anyone can do against this super powerful being. So Piccolo shows up and starts holding Frieza off a little bit until Frieza powers up and has a transformation and changes into a more powerful version of Frieza. And this kind of happens a couple times. Frieza keeps powering up and transforming into a more powerful version of himself. He overpowers Piccolo, and Gohan, being attached to Piccolo was really the only one who was looking out for him. So they really built a bond and a friendship. And Gohan is just not powerful enough to go up against the likes of Frieza. So Vegeta comes up with an idea. Hey, Krillin, mortally wound me so that Dende can heal me and I'll be twice as strong. And at this point, Krillin doesn't really know if this is a good idea because they're afraid of Vegeta. This guy is powerful, he's hot-headed, he isn't really friendly. We've seen him kill his friends. He just seems like a bad guy altogether. Krillin mortally wounds him, Dende heals him, and he comes back super strong. Now Frieza isn't stupid. He's seeing Dende heal Vegeta and goes, oh man, this guy's got the power of healing people. Let me take him out. And that's what he does. He kills little Dende. So Frieza and Vegeta start fighting. Vegeta's saying, hey man, I'm a Super Saiyan now. I'm going above and beyond all the powers that you thought that you had. They start fighting, and Frieza's like, yeah, you've gotten more powerful, but I'm still more powerful, period. Then he starts beating the mess out of Vegeta. It's really an eye-opener for Vegeta because he realizes at this point his life is in Frieza's hands. And Frieza is a horrible, terrible person who's done all kind of horrible, terrible things to Vegeta, Vegeta's family, Vegeta's race of people, just everything. Goku is healed and wakes up just in time to get to where Frieza kills Vegeta. Vegeta cries to Goku. He says, please avenge us. So Goku and Frieza start fighting, and they keep trying to one-up each other in power. It's a struggle for Goku to try to keep up with Frieza's pacing because Frieza has all of this power that no one in the universe can rival. It's just he's so powerful. But at this point, everyone's pretty much been a spectator, and Frieza, just to show, how powerful he is, he starts picking on other people who aren't even fighting. He decides to choose Krillin, and he lifts him up in the air, boom, blows Krillin away. And Krillin is Goku's best friend. So this sends Goku into a rage, and he transforms through rage into a Super Saiyan. So on Earth, Mr. Popo was collecting all the Dragon Balls so that they could wish everyone killed by Frieza back to life on Namek. And when they did that, it brought back Guru, because Guru had died from the sorrow of all his Namekians being killed by Frieza, which also brought back the Namekian Dragon Balls for their final wish. And they used that wish to wish all the people on Namek to Earth except Goku. Since Frieza can't beat Goku, he decides to blow up the planet. That's how mad and angry Goku has Frieza because he can't beat him. So in a last-ditch effort, Frieza tries to cut Goku in half with these discs that kind of follow Goku around. And what Goku did, realizing that Frieza can't sense powers like he can, he kind of made like a dust storm and teleported behind Frieza, and the discs ended up cutting through Frieza, quartering him, cutting him in 4 pieces. And as he's laying there dying, he understands that Goku is too soft of heart. So he says, hey, can you please help me? I don't want to die like this on a planet that's about to explode. Please help me. So Goku helps him and gives him a bit of energy, and then he starts to fly away because Goku wants to be merciful. He doesn't want to have to kill Frieza. He just kind of wanted to teach him a lesson. He realizes that the planet's going to blow up anyway, and it might be time for him to leave and find his way off the planet. So Frieza, with the last bit of energy that Goku gave him, shoots an energy blast up at Goku. So we see Goku push the energy beam back down to Frieza, and it destroys him. So at this point, Goku is frantically looking for a way to escape planet Namek. The last thing we see is that the planet explodes. and we think Goku's still on it. So on Earth, a little bit of time passes, and the Dragon Balls are able to be used again. They use the dragon to make a new Namek, and then transport the Namekians to that planet. They also try to use the third wish to wish Goku's remains and Krillin's remains to Earth so that they can resurrect them. And they don't want to do it while they're in space, because if they resurrected them in space, they just die because there's no air in space. But the dragon informs them that he can't do that because Goku's not dead. And this concludes the Namekian Saga. Alright guys, so I hope you're ready for our map session. This is where we judge our anime by music, art style, popularity, and story. Music. So the music is really good. Kind of weird because they're on a different planet. Kind of slow sometimes and eerie and kind of shrill because they're trying to portray the evil that's going on. Still pretty good. Quiet when it needs to be, and it's there when it's exciting moments. So I give it a 22 out of 25. Art style. The art style, in my opinion, was kind of bland in this one because everything is green. The planet, the sky, everything that's around, it's very green, it's barren. The houses are these little white cone thingies. It's not really artistically appealing to the eye. I'm just saying that I wish that there were more colors instead of just the green. I gave it a 21 out of 25. Popularity. I think this is a point in Dragon Ball where people either were really solidified in their love for the anime or kind of walked away from it because it started to get a little weird in these themes of aliens and all this other stuff that kind of took it away from the fighting aspect that most people expected from the anime. I give it a 22 out of 25. Story. I thought the story was really interesting. Bridging what happened on Earth into them needing to go out in space and explore. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then the fact that they had no idea that they'd run into Frieza or the Ginyu Force or any of those other characters that they would eventually end up coming across and fighting. I think in this part of Dragon Ball, you actually get a deeper look at Vegeta. You get to see what kind of person he was and the events that shaped him to be how he was. That also made people like Vegeta more because they realized that he wasn't just a heartless monster and he was a byproduct of what had happened to him in his life because of Frieza. Also, this is a huge moment in Dragon Ball. The first time you see anyone go Super Saiyan. I give it a 24 out of 25. So Dragon Ball Z, Namekian Saga gets an 89. That's a B. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click that notification bell. That way, when I put out a new video, you'll know. I'm Dizzazzter, and make sure you come back for everything anime.